Hi everyone, in the last class we discussed about the features of Java. So we'll try the quiz based on these features. The first question is, which of the following is not the feature of Java? Object-oriented, platform-dependent, robust, multi-threaded. Object-oriented, robust, multi-threaded, all these are the features of Java, but not platform-dependent. Java is a platform-independent language, not a platform-dependent. So you know the difference between platform-dependent and independent. See the explanation. Java is platform-independent due to JVM, which allows Java code to run on any platform that has a compatible JVM. So I already mentioned about this platform dependent and independent. Because of this JVM, we are able to run our Java program on any other operating systems. That is here platform. But when it comes to the C, if you write the code, it does not work on other operating system. It will only work for particular operating systems. That is nothing but a platform dependent language. Okay, but Java is not a platform dependent. Java is a platform independent. So first question is answer B. The second question, how does Java achieve memory management? Manual allocation and deallocation, automatic garbage collector, using pointers, by developers explicit commands. This point also we discussed about the automatic garbage collection. Java supports this automatic garbage collection. How this automatic garbage collection works? See the explanation. Java uses automatic garbage collection mechanism to manage memory, which helps in reclaiming the memory occupied by the objects that are no longer in use. This point I mentioned with an example like int a equal to 10. If you have declared that variable, if you are not using that value throughout your program, but you assign some data, some memory to that. In such situations, what does this automatic garbage collector will do? It will delete that memory. Okay, so here when you have created any object but you are not using throughout your program, then such kind of situations to handle, we have automatic garbage collector. We are not using any manual allocation or deallocation. We are not using any pointers concept. We are not using any explicit commands to manage the memory. Java has an automatic garbage collector which manages the memory if any object is created, if it is not using throughout entire program. Okay. Next, what makes Java secure compared to other languages? Absence of pointers, bytecode verification, exception handling, all the above. So, if you listen these features, you can say all the above. So, by answer D here, Java is considered secure due to multiple factors including the absence of pointers, bytecode verification, and strong exception handling. Yes, Java is secure because of there is no explicit pointers concept here. We are not using pointers concept like in C. We cannot access the data directly using the pointers concept. Okay, that is one point we can say Java is secure. The next one is bytecode verifier. You know, the Java is a two-step process. We are compiling and executing the code. First, whatever the code we are writing, that is nothing but a source code. By using compiler, we are compiling the code. Means we are checking the errors. Is there an error in your code? After compilation means if there is no error in your code, then it will generate a .class file. That .class file is nothing but bytecode. Internally, JVM have bytecode verifier. This bytecode verifier again verifies the .class file. After compilation also, still it will verify this bytecode using bytecode verifier. Okay, so that's why we can say Java is secure. We are checking two times. The next one is exception handling. This point I didn't discuss. Exception handling is nothing but, so suppose you have written some code, you have developed an application and you want to take an input from the user. Okay, suppose you don't know user which value will enter. Example, if you take you have built a calculator. You're asking a user to enter any two numbers to calculate either addition or subtraction. But you don't know, user may enter values, numbers, or user may enter any character like ABC. How do you do addition in that situation? Okay. In that situations also your program is ready to handle that. Okay. Means if user enter any unexpected value, in such situations how your program will work, that is nothing but exception handling concept that is supported by the Java. Okay, if any unexpected situation occurs, that can be handled by the exception handling feature. All these features of Java makes the programming language is more secure. Next, which feature of Java makes it portable? Dynamic binding, bytecode, reflection, serialization. So just now we discussed about platform independent and bytecode verifier. Yes, with the help of JVM we are able to share our code. Here we are sharing which code? Bytecode to other operating systems. The answer is B. Java portability is achieved through bytecode, which can be executed on any platform, any operating system that has a compatible JVM, making that Java platform independent. This is the feature of portability. We are able to share our code because of this JVM, and we can run our code on any operating system. This is the feature of portability. Next, how does the Java ensure high performance? This point I mentioned already. Because of this just-in-time compiler, it is also present in JVM. Okay, when we discussed about the architecture of JVM, you will get to know everything. Because of this JIT compiler, we can ensure that Java has high performance. Java, see the explanation why Java has an high performance because of this just-in-time compiler is Java ensures high performance through the use of just-in-time compiler, which compiles the bytecode into native machine code at runtime for better performance. This just-in-time compiler compiles the bytecode. Where do we get this bytecode? We are compiling that source code into bytecode using compiler. After compilation, it will generate that bytecode. That bytecode will be converted into machine code using this just-in-time compiler. Okay, because of this just-in-time compiler we are getting the better performance. These are the features we already discussed in the last class. Again we are just revising it to get the idea. Now in the today's class we will be going to discuss about this difference between C++ and Java. So if you have an idea about C++, then it will be easy for you to understand the difference between C++ and Java. Anyhow, let's have a quick idea about these differences between C++ and Java. So you know the difference between dependent and independent, right? So we already discussed C++ is a platform dependent. I compared with the C, but here C++ is also platform dependent. But when it comes to the Java, platform independent. Dependent independence means dependent only works for particular operating systems. Independent means it works for any operating system. Okay, how does it works? With the help of JVM. But next, mainly mainly C++ is using for system programming. Java we can use it for wide variety of applications like web-based, Windows-based, enterprise, mobile applications, etc. Next, the main point here we are discussing here, Java doesn't have any go-to statement, but C++ has go-to statement. C++ supports this go-to statement. C++ supports multiple inheritance. C++ supports operating overloading. But Java does not support this go-to, multiple inheritance, operating overloading. So we already discussed Java removed some of the complex features which are present in C or C++. That's why we can say Java is a strong, robust programming language. Next, pointers. Java does not support this pointers concept, but internally Java is using these pointers. Okay. Next, C++ uses only compiler to compile and execute the code, but when it comes to the Java, we have both compiler and interpreter to get the output. The compiler here, what does it do? Whatever the code we are writing, that will be converted into the bytecode using this compiler. Next, after converting the bytecode, again with the help of interpreter, we are converting into executable code. Okay. To get output on the screen, we are using this interpreter. Java uses this interpreter. C++ uses only compiler, but Java uses both compiler and interpreter. C++ supports both call by value and call by reference, but Java supports only call by value. There is no call by reference in Java. Next, some of the features like structures and union present in C++. Java doesn't have these structures and unions. And C++ doesn't have any inbuilt thread support, but Java has this inbuilt thread support. I already mentioned about this multi-threading concept in the features of Java. Again, we're going to discuss about this multi-threading concept, separate concept, the separate video. And C++ supports this documentation comments, but Java does not support C++, but Java supports this documentation comments to create a documentation for our Java code. Okay. Next, there are multiple features, multiple differences. Again, and C++ does not have any right shift operator here. Unsigned right shift. We have left shift and right shift again, but in Java we have unsigned right shift also. That fills at top of the negative numbers. For positive numbers, it works for as right shift operator. For negative operators, we are using this. Java is using this unsigned right operator. Next, inheritance tree. C++ always creates a new inheritance tree, but when it comes to the Java always uses single inheritance tree because all classes are the child of object class. Here, there is a predefined class that is called object class. With this, all classes are inherited. What is this inheritance? Inherited. All these points you'll understand when we are discussing about inheritance concept separately. At present, just remember the basic difference between C++ and Java. Which concepts C++ supports, which features Java supports, which features Java does not support. How does this memory management works in C++ and Java? Okay. All these points we already discussed in features. Again, that is the difference between C++ and Java. Okay, performance is high, but we are doing two-step verification, two-step process. We are compiling and executing the code. It may be a little bit slow. We are checking at runtime. Okay, file extension. To save the file, we use to save the Java file, .cpp will be used to save a Java file. We are using this .java extension. Which extension is used to save a Java file is .java. Okay, remember the point. It is very important while writing our code. To save that file, we have to save using .java. Okay, otherwise it will not save it as a .java. Java source code. It will just save it as a normal text file. And both Java and C++ have standard libraries. These are the basics difference between the C++ and Java. Let's have a quick revision about this difference between C++ and Java. C++ is dependent, Java is independent. Independent. C++ works only for particular operating systems. Java works for any operating system because of JVM. Next, C++ works mainly used for system programming. Java is used for wide variety of applications like web-based, window-based, mobile-based, any applications, enterprise applications. Next, C++, some of the features supports in C++ like go to statement, multiple inheritance, operator overloading, pointers, all these concepts supports in C++, but Java does not support these features. Okay. Next, there is a call by value and call by reference in C++, but there is only call by value in Java. C++ doesn't have any inbuilt thread support, but Java has an inbuilt thread support. Okay, you know that thread means a independent part of program. It will save execution time. Next, In C++, we have there does not support any unsigned redshift, but Java has unsigned redshift operator. When we are discussing about the operators in Java, you'll get to know this unsigned redshift operator. Okay, C++ always creates a new inheritance tree, but Java always use this single inheritance tree because all the classes are inherits from this inbuilt class that is called parent class. Is nothing but object class. Object class is the main class, parent class. From that class, all classes are inherited. Okay. Next, C++ is near to hardware. It is not so interactive with hardware. Java is not so interactive. Memory management, we have Java has an automatic garbage collector, but C++ has to do it manually by using new and delete keyword. Next, both C++ and Java has high rich libraries, and when it comes to the security, Java has a high security because of there is no pointer manipulation here. And the extension file we use in Java is .java to save the file. In C++, they use .cpp. These are the features of C. These are the differences between C++ and Java. In the next class, we'll be going to discuss about the basic high-level programming Java. Okay, I hope you understand. Thank you for this today's class.